what is new with this Epstein binder situation? Let's see. Okay, Savanah Hernandez got a binder. Well, I love Savanah. She's a trusted news source. I have an Epstein's files binder, but I wanted to correct the record. The Trump admin was originally set to announce these documents and make them available to the public in a press conference this afternoon. Bondi had stated that some of the information is already public and that the real smoking gun documents are being withheld by the FBI. Ooh. This binder and this morning's meeting is a part of the Trump's admin's push to bring independent journalists and media to speak directly to the highest members of the administration in an effort to be the most transparent admin in history, which is commendable. Let's see what Savanah has to say.
Hey guys, this is Savanah Hernandez in front of the White House with, yes, one of those Epstein file binders. Now, I want to clear something up.
Oh my God. First of all, can we talk about how amazing her makeup
gave
looks?
us these binders and said, you guys are going to be the ones responsible for disseminating this information. They actually told us that there's going to be a press conference at any moment now, most likely this afternoon, in which all of the information in this binder is made available to the American public. Now, Pam this morning stated to us that some of the information in here is already public, and she doesn't really feel that any of this information is a smoking gun. The big story here is Pam writing a letter to Kash Patel asking him to investigate why the FBI has stopped the release of other portions of the Epstein files. So that is what is currently going on, and I wanted to come out as a journalist as well and state that, again, we are not responsible for deciding what does or does not come out. All of the information in this binder will be made public. Pam Bondi herself stated that she wants all of the Epstein files to be made public to the American people, not just to influencers or independent journalists, but that in itself has been a process. Now, one of the reasons why I have this is because the Trump admin right now is making a big push for not only transparency, but being welcoming to independent journalists who might have been looked down on, ignored, or even censored over the last 4 years. This administration is making a big push right now to allow American people to come into the Oval Office, to come into the White House and directly talk to the president.
I just want her to, you know what I want her to do? Just open up to a random page and then like show the people and then just read off of it. Show us something.
And Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, RFK Jr. about what they are going to be doing for the American people. So it's really interesting to see how this administration is handling the media and allowing independent people, American citizens, to come into the Oval Office and talk directly to highest members of the administration. So I wanted to give you guys my update on this. There will be a press conference. All of this will be made public.
Okay. Love Savanah. Okay, let's see what's the latest. Epstein files. Da 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 da. People are just upset that they're not out. We don't need phase 1 of the Epstein files. We don't need extra time for government to redact and protect friends of the administration. Give us a list now. People are upset about this. The people, these folks walking out holding their binders. Hey, we got our binders. Ooh, time to celebrate. Let's go get some cocktails and talk about the Epstein files. Oh, Doge, can you tell us how much the printed copies? Oh, come on. Like that was so expensive. The printed copies in the Dog and Pony Show of the Epstein files cost the American public versus just publishing it online. Epstein files just dropped. It's like the Epstein files is like that friend that owes you money and says shit like, you know, I'm good for it, bro. I get paid next week. I'll hit you up. And then never does. Meanwhile, you see him going on lavish vacations, acquiring gambling debt, buying a new house. Oh, wow. The release of the Epstein files is a joke. There are victims that are probably heartbroken and distraught over how it's been handled. Pretty binders handed over to influencers with a slap in the face, and still we have nothing. It's just an attention grab by the White House administration. Oh, boy. Breaking Attorney General Pam Bondi exposed the FBI for withholding thousands of pages of Jeffrey Epstein files. This is from a couple hours ago. They only handed over 200 pages, mostly flight logs and victim contact lists, while secretly sitting on a massive trove of evidence. Now they're being forced to turn it all over by 8 a.m. tomorrow. Who are they protecting? Who's sweating right now? The swamp runs deep. Stay tuned. This is a letter from Pam Bondi to Kash Patel. Before you came into office, I requested the full and complete files related to Jeffrey Epstein. In response to this request, I received approximately 200 pages of documents, which consisted primarily of flight logs, list of contacts, and a list of victim names and phone numbers. I repeatedly questioned whether this was the full set of documents responsive to my request and was repeatedly assured by the FBI we had received the full set of documents. Late yesterday, I learned from a source at the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Despite my repeated requests, the FBI never disclosed the existence of these files. When you and I spoke yesterday, you were just as surprised as I was to learn this new information. By 8 a.m. tomorrow, February 28th, the FBI will deliver the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including all records, documents, audio, and video recordings, and materials related to Jeffrey Epstein and his clients, regardless of how such information was obtained. There will be no withholdings or limitations to my or your access. The Department of Justice will ensure that any public disclosure of these files will be done in a manner to protect the privacy of victims in accordance with law. As I have done my entire career as a prosecutor, I'm also directing you to conduct an immediate investigation into why my order to the FBI was not followed. You will deliver to me a comprehensive report of your findings and proposed personnel action within 14 days. I appreciate your immediate action to this important matter. I know that we are both committed to transparency for the American people. I look forward to continuing to work with you to serve our president and our country. Ooh, great signature. Wow. What do you think they took out? And what if, I don't know. I just don't have high hopes for all the documents getting to them. Why are people on the right shouting that Trump's team is lying or obstructing? You have detailed information about what they're processing right now. Over the weekend of the 21 to 23, they dealt with ramifications of the attempted coup in the Joint Chiefs. Subterfuge and sedition in the FBI to lie about the Epstein list was exposed overnight and came out today. Activist judges trying to stop everything the executive branch is doing and hamstringing Trump at every turn. Congressional Democrats acting like toddlers and impeding any progress they can. Other internal events that we don't even know at this point. How much do you think they can process? He just got the cabinet mostly in place, the critical people all there. Since Monday, FFS, do you think Trump has a magic wand? That's true. I think overall he's doing a good job and as fast as he can on things that he promised. Yes. There go the Epstein files. Here they go, everybody. Wow. What a beaut. I gave up on this. Supposedly, Trump will reveal everything. What a joke. The whole thing smells fishy. And their narrative is kind of falling apart. Do they not have the Epstein files at all? Were they destroyed? Yeah, why wouldn't the FBI just destroy them? If DeSantis were the president, Epstein files would not have been given to a bunch of paid social media influencers. No, they're not just influencers. They're journalists. That's not fair to say. Wow. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow, right? Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Yes. They have to be careful with what they release because there are minors involved. Yeah. Makes sense. Boop, 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 boop. Trump's DOJ feeds Jeffrey Epstein documents to underwhelmed conservative influencers. You should feel frustrated. The Justice Department released a handful of files on notorious sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein to a hand-selected crop of right-wing social media influencers Thursday afternoon, with at least one recipient left underwhelmed by what the documents revealed. A source who reviewed the files told the Post ahead of their release that they spanned more than 100 pages of notorious pedophiles' address book, including lists of contacts without further context. The person adding the unveiling was likely to be a disappointment to sleuths eager for bombshell new evidence about Epstein's connections to prominent political and business leaders. And what happened to this yellow jacket? Former President Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Prince Andrew, President Trump are among the high-profile people who associated with Epstein, though Trump reportedly banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago in 2007 over an incident with the club member's daughter. A client list was not included in the initial release, which was compiled into binders describing the disclosure as phase 1 of the Epstein files, according to a source. Wow, Melania looks so young here. Oh, those were the days. They love this photo of Trump and Epstein. Copies of the binder circulated within the West Wing ahead of an anticipated afternoon publication and were later distributed to 15 conservative influencers who visited the White House Wednesday morning. One of those influencers who obtained early access to the files, podcaster Liz Wheeler, later acknowledged that the trove lacked a bombshell. Now, what's interesting is we're all waiting for bombshells, Wheeler told followers on an X live stream. We're all waiting for juicy stuff. And that's not what's in this binder. That's not what's in this binder at all. And that's exactly how the Attorney General presented it to us. It's fine to feel frustrated. You should feel frustrated. Wheeler briefly showed portions of the binder, revealing heavily redacted pages, including a contact list, while insisting what we're looking for was hidden from us. Then what's the point of handing these out? In a letter directed to Kash Patel, made public Thursday afternoon, Pam Bondi, that was the letter I just wrote, claimed that she had been told the FBI field office in New York was in possession of thousands of pages of documents related to the investigation and indictment of Epstein. Bondi went on to demand the full and complete Epstein files to my office, including records, documents, audio, and video, by 8 a.m. on Friday. You should have seen how pissed Attorney General Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel were in this meeting when they were explaining to us what happened, Wheeler recounted. This binder is evidence that the deep state is still trying to get the Trump administration. Wow. It's unclear whether Bondi intends to release more Epstein documents, though the binder's name, the Epstein Files Phase 1, suggests that may be the plan. The limited scope of the release drew. Oh, she's got a dark MAGA hat. I want one. I guess this is Libs of TikTok here. I wanted a dark MAGA hat. I want a binder. The limited scope of the release drew criticism from transparency advocates, including Anna Paulina Luna, who leads a House GOP task force on government transparency. I nor the task force were given or reviewed the Epstein docs being released today. A New York Post story just revealed that the documents will simply be Epstein's phone book. This is not what we or the American people asked for, and a complete disappointment. Get us the information we asked for. Some of the Epstein's address books have already been made public. It's unclear if the document dump will include fresh information. A 97-page address book published by Gawker in 2015 included names, addresses, and phone numbers of 221 people. Oh, it's this article. A different address book from 1997 was put up for auction last year but failed to sell. What a strange thing to auction. That 64-page book listed 349 people, including RFK Jr., News Nation anchor Chris Cuomo's wife, Christina Greven, actress Morgan Fairchild, and billionaire Carl Icahn. Epstein was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell on August 10th, 2019, from what authorities deemed a suicide. At the time, the 66-year-old was awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. And Epstein's former girlfriend and co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell, is serving a 20-year prison sentence on charges of sex trafficking and perjury. A Justice Department spokesman did not immediately respond for comment. Yep, I kind of am with this guy. Lulu. It doesn't matter. No one will ever be held accountable. Besides, just flashing photos of all that crosses path doesn't prove anything. The real criminals are those on tape. But that will not happen quickly. If any of us were wealthy or famous enough to cross paths with Epstein, we could have easily been in his address book without ever knowing of his behavior. That's true. Wow. Oh, disappointing. All right. Well, we'll wait and see what happens tomorrow morning, what they end up handing over to Pam. Pam! I even like the name, Pam. Remember that scene from Seinfeld? I want a binder. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.